start this practice on our back. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale it out of your mouth, and make sure that you're in a comfortable space. So that might mean you need to support yourself with a prop, rest your head on a blanket, legs can be however they need to be. Take a moment to feel your feet, right? Whether they're planted to the earth or legs are out straight, just draw your attention towards your feet. Take a slow breath in and an even slower breath out. And then as you inhale, begin to feel energy start to come up into your calf muscles. Exhale energy back down into the feet. Inhale, energy comes up into the knees. Exhale it back down to the feet. Inhale, energy comes up through the thighs. Exhale it down to the feet. And so the breath is going to get a little bit bigger each round. This time we inhale up into the hips, the pelvis. Exhale back down into the feet. Inhale comes up into the belly. Exhale it back down into the feet. Inhale, it comes up into the heart, the shoulders. Exhale it back all the way down into the feet. Inhale, it begins to bring it all the way up into the throat. Exhale it back down all the way to the feet. Next one is coming right up into the forehead, between the eyes. Exhale it back down into the feet. Inhale all the way up through the crown of the head. Exhale it back down into the feet. Shifting into an Ujjayi breath, if that's for you, finding the big inhales through the nose, long, slow exhales out of the nose with that slight constriction at the back of the throat. Feeling the energy you just created as you inhale, arms overhead, let them fall heavy to the mat. Eyes can stay closed or they can begin to open into your space. Notice how your physical body is feeling this morning or this day. Not labeling right or wrong, good or bad. And reminding yourself that this is your practice, so it doesn't have to look like mine. You just want to be in spaces that feel good to you, spaces that you can breathe in, finding more ease, more softness, letting go of any stress and tension. As you exhale, bring the hands back down by the hips. Plant the feet, separating them about hips distance apart. Begin to press into the feet. Lift those hips high to the sky. Shoulder blades might walk together behind the back. Slight tilt of the chin to the chest. So this can be very small or it can be very big depending on your practice right now in this moment. Exhale, slowly bring those hips back down to the ground. Take a moment, find stillness, pause. Big, slow breath in through the nose. Longer, slower breath out. Gently shift the knees side to side, releasing any tension in the low back. And then we'll begin to bring the knees into the chest. Give them a nice tight squeeze. Bless you. Maybe forehead starts to lift towards the knees. Relaxing the head back down. Find some movement here. So the legs can stay together or they can fall independently of one another. Circling them around in one direction. Checking out the places that are tight or where you feel sensation. And don't label them good or bad, right? Just be like, oh, I feel something there. Let's check it out. Bringing a softness to the lowest part of your back, that sacrum area. And then hugging the knees in one more time. Chin comes up, forehead to the knees. Planting the feet again, hips distance apart. Pull that right knee up into the chest. Wrap your hands around the knee and not the shin. So you're closer to the top part of that leg. Foot can be flexed or pointed. Again, chin is coming up to the chest. So we're trying to alleviate this tightness in the back of the neck. So don't crunch forward, but think about lengthening up and forward. So energy is coming out of the crown of the head, not forehead to the knee. Spine is long from the tailbone all the way up. Slowly plant that foot. Gently rest the head back onto the mat. Now you might feel some tension in the neck here. Gently take one ear to the earth or close to the earth. Mine's quite tight on this side. So just let it fall heavy. We're not forcing anything here. We're just letting our body know, hey, we're going to try to get a little deeper into these spaces. Chin comes back towards center, and then we'll exhale over to the left. Same thing. Noticing the tightness, noticing the resistance, and being okay with it, and coming back to the breath. Chin comes back to center. Let's switch sides. So hug that left knee in. Chin starts to pull up. So we're thinking about lengthening up through the spine, not crunching our forehead to our knee. Pull down through the belly to the best of your ability. Relax the shoulders as well. We're using more of the biceps here and the core. Last big breath as you lengthen the back of the neck, shoulders down. Slowly plant that foot. Relax the head back to the earth. Notice what showed up for you here. Notice the tightness, and it's okay. Right? Right ear to the earth. Back to center. Left ear to the earth. And back to center. Slowly, we're going to start to make our way up to an easy seated position. So you can bring the knees into the chest and rock your way up using more core, or you can rock onto your side, pressing your way up to that easy seat. Beautiful. All right. As we find that easy seat, I'm going to face you so you can see me better. It's crisscross applesauce. Let's take a few rounds of cat and cow linear, lengthening up through the spine. And then as you exhale up and in, you're lengthening through the top of the head. So we're talking about this space through the back of the neck, not this arc of the spine. Inhale lifts you as you move with your breath. And exhale will curl you up and in. Space between the shoulder blades. Find 2 more rounds moving with your breath. And after you've found that final round, we're going to bring a little bit more movement into our body, finding a side body flow. As you're ready, the right hand will come to the earth. Left arm reaches up and over. Try to keep the neck long and neutral here. Belly button pulls to the spine. We come back through center and all the way over to the other side. So the same thing is happening with a little bit of mobility in our shoulders. There's no forcing. Find your edge and lengthen. Coming back up, we really pull in and up through the belly, up through the crown of the head, and then up and over to the other side. So just encouraging this ease of your breath, right? This length in your spine. Opening up and just being okay with where it is. So it might be tighter on one side than the other. That's okay. Give yourself kindness in this moment. Right? Because that judgment almost puts us in that fight or flight mode. It's like, how can I fix this? And we don't need to fix it. We just need to breathe and find ease. One more round this same space. Noticing if you've gotten a little bit easier, a little bit longer, or maybe it's starting to fatigue a little bit, and that's okay as well, right? We're using our abs. Inhale is going to bring us back to center. Let's pause for a moment, finding eagle arms. Right arm underneath the left. Grabbing opposite shoulders here or opposite palms. So you find that length in the spine, grounding down through the hips, elbows in line with the shoulders, shoulders back and down. Maybe fingertips start to point towards the front of you. If you would like to add a little bit more, and I'll turn sideways so you can see it better, chin to chest. So no matter what variation you're in here, you're encouraging this openness to the back of the heart, the back of the shoulders, this length in the back of the neck, ease through the face, ease in the breath. Gently unwind those arms. Bring those palms down to the knees for a moment. Find a long spine. You're going to be feeling some sensation in those shoulders. Grab opposite shoulder. Give it a nice little squeeze. Switching over to the other side. And then reaching the hands behind you, fingertips behind you. Press up through the heart space. Lift up to the belly and then grow longer through the neck. Chin comes to the chest. Relax those arms this time, palms up to the knees. Palms up to the sky. And then pausing in this seat for a moment, bring hands to heart center. So now we've gotten into this space where we've moved some energy through our heart. Just notice what's showing up for you and maybe begin to set an intention for this practice if you haven't already. So this is, we moved some things around, so maybe you could get clear on what you would like from practice today. Take a few breaths in this stillness, allowing that intention to just integrate. Inhale sweeps the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands out wide. Let's take that eagle arms, other side. Left arm underneath the right. Okay, find that space that's working for you. It might be opposite shoulders. It might be palms. We're in line with our spine, sitting nice and tall. And if you would like to, take that chin to your chest. So again, we're not curling forward just yet. We'll get into that space in a little bit. We're really focusing, targeting those muscles right between the top of the shoulder blades and the back of the neck. Relaxing where you can. Gently release that hold, palms down to the knees, nice and tall. Grounding that energy, and then begin to grab opposite shoulder, squeeze opposite shoulder. You can even clear energy. right? And whatever's showing up is okay. We're gonna get a little bit more movement going on though. Let's switch those feet. Taking that same side body stretch, but we're gonna go through center and open to the other side. So this is a lot of core. Make sure as you're moving that the belly button is lifting up and locking into that spine. So let's start. Inhale takes us up and over. Exhale is gonna curl us down, relax the back of the neck. Hands can be on blocks, bolster the earth as you open up to the other side. So whatever props you need in front of you, this is a lot of core movement, so make sure we're engaged and lengthened here. And then just go for it, let it feel good. Dive a little bit deeper than you would if you were in class, you're around people, you're by yourself. Check it out, explore. Three more rounds of breath, or whatever evens you out. And after you finish on that final side, we'll come back through center. And just fold it down. So walking out to your deepest space, great spot for a bolster, block, or blanket, couch pillow, whatever you got with you. And just relax through that upper back. Let that part be super heavy. That's what we're focusing on today. The lower back and the hips are a bonus here in this space. Notice if any tension has started to creep up into the jaw and the face. See if you can let that kind of soften down. We're gonna be here for about 15 breaths. So remember, it doesn't have to look like anything. It needs to feel like something to you. So each breath in, you're gaining a little bit of space, and each breath out, you're finding a little more ease in some spot of your body. So don't force it. You notice what's showing up for you, where the mind is. Are these thoughts in line with the intention for practice today? If not, just kindly bring them back. Last few moments here, softening where you can. Slowly beginning to make your way back up to this nice tall seat. Pausing for a moment. Fingertips are gonna come back and behind us. Inhale is gonna lift our heart, lift your belly, open that chest, shoulders are back. Last breath, pull in through that core to protect the spine, and back up to that nice tall seat, palms up to the sky, 2 breaths. Why don't you go get your pappy? As you're ready, we're gonna make our way into a tabletop. So cross over the ankles or slide the legs around to the side. As you land in that tabletop, stack shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, lifting and activating through the lowest part of your belly. Beginning to work towards some balance here. Right hand is gonna reach forward, left foot is gonna reach back for our spinal balance. Right hand can lift to the sky as the left foot begins to lift and hover as well. Lift belly, lengthen spine. As you exhale, let's make our way right over to the other side. Try not to have too much movement through the center. As you lift the core, lift the hip flexors, switch other side. Right, notice the little wobbles, the little stabilizer muscles working really hard. Come back through center, over to the right, we're adding on. So you can stay in this space or begin to tap toes and fingertips to the earth and lift. 2 and lift. Press into your fingertips. 3 and lift. 4 and lengthen. Last one and lift. Coming right over to the other side, ground it down. Shift it over. Spinal balance. Stay and breathe in this balance, or tap the fingers and the toes gently. 5, 4, scoop in as you lower and leave it there as you lift. 2, slowly coming back into our tabletop. Tuck the toes, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet, getting the weight off of the wrist. So you can stay right here, or begin to sit the weight on top of the heels, stretching out the bottoms of the feet. Interlace the fingers, just give them a little crisscross, little infinity here. Slow your breath back down. Find that intention. Shake it out. And we'll land back in that tabletop. Finding a downward facing dog, begin to tuck the toes, lift the hips high to the sky, walking this dog out. If it feels good to you, bending one knee and then the other. If down dog is not in your practice today, coming back into that tabletop, you stretch one leg out, pressing through that calf muscle. Keeping neck neutral here, you can even pull chin to chest. So lots of options as we move through the next 2 rounds of breath. Inhale begins to rise up tall in the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Step, walk, or hop your way there. Once you get there, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Shoulders are back, belly is in. Exhale, fold, drop the head, relax the neck. Knees can be bent here and hands can always be on blocks. Inhale, rise tall, mountain reach the hands to the sky. Open that heart space. Right hand is going to grab the left wrist, pulling to the right for a side body stretch. Think about growing up and out of that side body, then lengthening the neck. Here we go. Take the chin to the ground, excuse me, and then chin to the sky. Woo. Back down to the ground, so you're pulling in through your core. Back up to the sky, and this time we're taking it back through center, so lengthen as you come up. Exhale, relax those arms down. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. One more, up, back, and down. Let's take our hands to the sky, up. Left hand grabs the right wrist, pull over to the left. Think about lengthening through that core, lengthening through the neck, and we'll take the chin to the earth. Chin to the sky. This one feels a little different for me. Chin to the earth. So you notice that stuff, where you're holding on to tension, so that you can begin to create a different reality for yourself. Yeah, finding ease in those spaces. Come back through center, release that hold. Exhale, hands down by the sides. Taking the shoulders up, forward, and down, up, and down. Inhale, sweeps those hands to the sky, lift up, open up. Exhale, forward fold, empty the breath. We're gonna catch a ragdoll arm bind here. Let the head hang heavy. Knees can be really bent. So sway in a little bit. Maybe nodding the head yes and no might feel good. And draw your attention towards the most resistance you're feeling, or the deepest sensation you're feeling. Just draw your attention there. Find stillness for a moment. Take a big full breath in. Exhale it out of the mouth. Big full breath in, and as you exhale it out of the mouth, relax the head even heavier. 3 more breaths here. Finding as much ease and length as you can. Gently release those hands on that last bind. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Palm the mat, make your way back into a plank or a modified plank position. Whoop. And then we're gonna come all the way down to our bellies. Can we lay flat on our bellies? Like a snake? From here, you're gonna take that right arm out to the side, palm down. Take a bend in the left arm and begin to press your way over. So I'm gonna sit up so you can see this stretch a little bit. So that if I'm facing the ground, right, my palm is to the earth, and then I'm rotating away from that right shoulder. Relax your head back down. If that's not a comfortable space for you, please find a blanket for underneath the head or even a yoga block. Check in with your face muscles. Notice if you're tensing up anywhere, if you can relax that down. Slowly come back to center. Gently start to roll through that right shoulder if it feels good to you, or find a breath or two in stillness. As you're ready, start to make your way over to the other side. So left arm will be out, palm down. Looking over towards the right side of your mat, you find a bend in that right arm. Sit down. And press your way over. Finding as much ease in this moment as possible. Maybe deepening the breath. Slowly beginning to make your way back to center. Take that moment of stillness, or roll through that shoulder. I need my leg. I need that. As you're ready, begin to press your way back up through a child's pose. Find those big toes together, knees apart. Fingertips reach to the top of your mat as you settle into your body. Great place to rest on a bolster here if hips are quite tight. If you're all the way down to the ground, extending out a little bit longer, relaxing face and neck. We'll stay in stillness here if that's feeling really good to you in your hips, or if you want some more side body and like upper back work, start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, making a C shape out of the body. I can use some juice. Inhale begins to bring those hands back through center. Pause for a moment, and then find your way over to the left side as you're ready. And noticing the differences between the two sides. Inhale starts to bring our hands back through center. And rises us up into a neutral tabletop, and we'll make our way to a seated position. So however you'd like to get there, crossing over the ankles to sit, or slide them around to the side. And I'll turn to face you once again. Moving into bound angle, so feet together, knees apart. This is up to you. You can have them close to you if you want to work on opening up the inner thighs, or a little bit further away for a diamond shape if you want to work on the outer thighs. Yeah? Okay, we're going here. And then we're going back to those eagle arms. This time we're going to take a little bit of a different place in the low back. I'll turn to the side, you can see it. So, right arm is underneath the left. And this time we're going to curl back into ourselves. I'm going to bonk you right in the head. And then chin comes to the chest. Fingertips are reaching down towards my feet. Yours might not look anything like that. It's okay. Just think about maybe pulling back through this mid-back section a little bit more than we were earlier with just the neck. Always, 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 from tailbone to the crown of the head is as long as you can get. So not trying to shorten yourself, but lengthen that whole back side of your body. Let me get my arms right. Inhale lifts us up. Gently unwind those arms. Bring the hands down, palms down. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll plant the feet where they are. Reach those hands behind us. Same thing, a little bit of back bend. So open up. Lift the belly. Chin comes back up. Find that nice long spine. Palms up to the sky, last breath. And then we'll take the other side. So this time, left arm underneath the right. Chin down towards the chest, and we're pulling back through the body, yeah?
Oh no. Oh, Mom.
Oh, I don't know what time it is now. Oh yeah, okay. Inhale brings us up, gently unwind.
Mama.
Palms down to the knees, sit up nice and tall.
Where is book?
All right, so let's plant the feet. Start to make our way. Oh, you know what? I about forgot the most important one. We need to do a seated forward fold to elongate the entire spine. So I'm gonna move you just one little moment, you sweet, sweet peanut. Okay, right here. So Feet are hips distance apart. Again, a great place for a block or bolster or a blanket, but I want you to be able to lengthen the back of your neck. A lot of times I'll see in class, we're here, and I do it, I'm so guilty of it, but for what we're working on today, really focus on a place where you can relax the back of the neck. Now, the second I start to do that, I feel it down here in my body, which means that could be one of the reasons that we're super tight up there as well. So just find a place you can land. About 20 to 25 breaths will be here. Really relax and let yourself soften into this shape, right? You don't have to get somewhere. Allow yourself to be where you are right now. Want to sit on me? Come on. Man, wonder how long the power was off. Notice those places of sensation, the places that you're feeling the most resistance. Find a softness in the breath, maybe even a deeper Ujjayi breath than you were already doing. Last few breaths here. As we inhale, we'll begin to rise up nice and tall. There's no rush to get there. Please take your time as you pause in stillness. And then begin to bend the knees, start to make your way onto your back. Plant the feet, setting up for bridge. Hold on one second. Let me lay down. And then we're going to move into a reclined pigeon, crossing the right leg up and over the left. Reach down for that right hamstring, start to pull it towards you. Whoops, left hamstring. I don't know if I said the correct legs. So as we pull that bottom hamstring towards us, right? The top leg, the knee wants to go back just a little bit. Relax the low back. Relax the hips. Relax the shoulders and the jaw. These last few moments, maybe you find a little bit of movement, rocking hips side to side. So the biggest thing here is that we're not creating more tension up into the neck and the shoulders. So continue to keep that space neutral, relaxed, heavy. And as we unwind the legs, let's find a hip stand, extending those heels to the sky. Right, low back is flat on the mat, legs don't have to be straight. Shoulders and neck are nice and neutral. Knees come back into the chest, give them a nice squeeze. And then switch over to the other side. So we're moving into left leg crosses up and over the right. Reach down for that hamstring. It's a tough life, isn't it? All this yoga. So we're opening up that left hip. Try not to bring tension up into the low back. The shoulders, the neck, the face, the jaw. Just find that ease. We're almost done. Last few moments here. Maybe a little bit of movement if you haven't already. And then coming back to that hip stand or happy baby. Grounding down through that sacrum. Breathing length into the lowest part of the back, no matter what variation you're in. And then slowly start to make your way out of this inversion. Nice big squeeze. Circle those knees around one direction and then the other. And then spinal twist, knees are going to fall to the left as the arms open out wide. Find a lot of length in the low back and a heaviness in the upper body. Softening down even more. Knees gently begin to come back through center. Take that same little movement through the hips, circling one direction and then the other. As you're ready, begin to fall over to the other side, knees to the right. Arms open out wide, heaviness in that upper body. Those shoulders. Relax the face muscles. Just allowing yourself to surrender in this moment. Knees begin to come back to center. Squeeze them into the chest one last time. And then we're going to shift our way into our final heart opener before Shavasana. We're going to find fish pose. So bringing the hands down towards the hips, rock onto one elbow, and then the other. Legs can be straight or however they're comfortable for you. Lift up through the heart, press down to the forearms, open up to the chest. Breathing big here. Just allowing that, excuse me, that intention to land. Ooh, that one got me. Must be something hiding in there. Slowly slide one elbow out. And then the other. Excuse me. That was a good one. Then we're going to inhale our arms straight overhead. Same way we started. Find a heaviness. As you're ready, begin to find your way towards your Shavasana, and feel free to stay with arms overhead as well. You can be on your backs, your sides, or your bellies. You can be legs up the wall, supported by any props that you have. Just find yourself to a comfortable space that we can close out this practice today. Letting go of the stuff that showed up, just let it kind of fall away for a moment. Give yourself this time to let the nervous system to reset and the body and the mind to rest and heal. Closing those eyes, if it feels good, let's take a cleansing breath in. Exhale it out. Shavasana. Slowly beginning to come back to your breath. Finding a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, just let it go. Energy comes into the fingertips and the toes. Waking up the body, maybe the energy builds a little bit bigger. And there's nothing you have to be doing, so only do it if it feels good, right? It might feel good to reach arms overhead, waking up like you're waking up first thing in the morning. And then pausing in stillness, let's take a moment to notice how we feel physically in our bodies, right? There's no right or wrong way to feel, there just is, so notice it. Relax into it. Then maybe attention towards our mind and how we feel emotionally and mentally since we practiced today. And as you're ready, we'll make our way up into an easy seated position, bringing the hands to heart center and the forehead towards the fingertips. Closing out this practice today in a seat of gratitude. Gratitude for our physical bodies always, right? We can't do anything without them, so find gratitude for this vessel. Gratitude for the opportunity to practice together, the opportunity to practice at all. Gratitude for the choice you made to get on your mats. And gratitude for the intention that you set for practice today. So let's take one final breath as we remind ourselves of our intentions. And then we'll bring the thumbs up to the forehead as we find gratitude for one another. Namaste, friends. Namaste, guys. Hope you feel good. That was a funny one, wasn't it, with Delaney? My goodness.